Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Re-Written Vintage Homestead. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We certainly did here. And right after Thanksgiving, we got our first snow. The next day, we got our second snow, and we're expecting more snow later this week. So we have quite a bit of snow outside, but I'm happy with it. I'm enjoying these lazy days of winter where you can start doing the things that you enjoy. Some online shopping, some wrapping up presents, some baking, and some home projects too. So I hope you are too. You know, one question I get asked, I would say more than any, by people that know me very well here in the community, is this. Hey, don't you want to slow down? So I wanted to address that today. You know, I am 64 and I also have health issues, right? So a lot of my friends have retired, or they're going to be retiring very soon, and they're enjoying all the fruits of their many, many years of labor. Where I, on the other hand, am putting more and more and more on my plate. But I'm ramping it up on the homestead, actually. We applied for a government grant that would build a high tower on our property so it would extend the length of my growing season. We expanded our gardens. I'm going to expand my chicken operation next year. So that's the question. Why do I keep adding more and more and more to my plate at this age when a lot of other people my age are slowing down? To me, one logical reason why I do this is when you receive a diagnosis like I did 2 years ago, which I am past that mark, so I'm very, very happy about that. But when you receive a diagnosis like that, you start thinking about your legacy. What meant a lot to you? What was important to you? What did you teach your children? What did you teach your grandchildren? Because let's be honest, after your grandchildren, you're going to be forgotten, right? As generations go on and on. And one thing I've always been interested in is nature and growing things. And I wanted to really expand on that and do my part when I found out I was sick. And I thought, I want to grow good food, chemical-free food. I want my friends and community to enjoy it too. I want to meet new people. I want to have my own store. But it ends up, my store is out in my front yard. So I opened 1 minute ago, and I have 3 lined up, ready to go. And 1 walker. So because of my growing efforts in my little front yard store, I have left a legacy. My kids have seen how I grow. They've seen how hard I work. They've seen me process foods, and they've joined in as well. So have my grandchildren. They've helped me out when needed. So I feel like it's been a real family effort of something that I do well, that I taught them, that will carry on for future generations. That is probably the biggest reason. But there are others as well. I would love to sit here and tell you all that the reason I grow my food and I preserve my food and I'm expanding my farm is because I only eat unprocessed food and I only eat healthy, and so does my family. And that's just not true. I'm working on it. I'm working on it as hard as I can, but I still enjoy my morning McDonald's sausage biscuit, okay? But so much more of what we eat is made with those healthy ingredients. And so my kids are asking me for my spaghetti sauce. They're asking me for my pasta sauce. They want my tomato soup when they don't feel good. My neighbors are asking me for pickles that they can eat throughout the winter. So I feel good that I'm sharing the really good stuff with people who matter. Mr. Re-Ritten and I have always been interested in beekeeping, and we were really wanting to have that kind of operation here too. We put it on the back burner once we got the chickens because we didn't want to take on too much at once. We may do that in the future, and we have gone to classes to learn how to do it. I have a lovely neighbor not too far from here who does beekeeping and makes the best honey. It's just excellent. So I do have a local source for that. But I still follow statistics on the bees. And in the year 2025, beekeepers they record this, how did their hives do? How much honey did they produce? They have their own organizations. And they have reported that within the last 4 years, it has dropped 60 to 70%. Honeybees, especially, when we were kids, we used to walk through the grass, we'd see them all over the place. How many honeybees did you see this year? I could probably count on one hand how many I saw. And they used to just be terribly abundant. Now, this is because of disease. This is because of mites. Some people are going to say it's due to climate change. I'm not going to argue that. I don't believe in it, but I'm not going to argue that. I think most of all, it's because of pesticides that fly over and spray all over everything. And it's killing off the vital plants and flowers that our honeybees need to thrive. That is a real issue with me, and that's why I grow so many flowers here on the homestead. Now, you may not live on a farm, but don't let that discourage you. Put out a pot of flowers. Do what you can, some hanging baskets, anything to help them along in their journey. Another population I watch very closely are our monarch butterflies. We had a difficult time with them, probably 10 years ago. They were almost gone. But because of community efforts, the small things that people can do, plant milkweed, find it, folks, plant it anywhere you can. Flowers, find out what they're attracted to and do what you can to draw them to your property, to your hanging baskets. Because in the last 4 years, now in the eastern part of the United States, you're seeing a rise in monarch counts because they're doing more with forestation. Thank goodness. But in the western parts of the United States, there is a 96% drop in the monarch population over the last 4 years. Same reasons, disease. Farmers are farming clear up to the roads now instead of leaving leeway there for milkweed and other wild plants that attract the monarchs. There isn't enough milkweed to help them along in their journey. And of course, the pesticides that are being sprayed everywhere. So that's another motivator for me. I love our little monarchs. I don't want to lose them. And I want to do whatever I can here on the homestead to attract them here and help them along their way. And you can do the same. The wildflowers this year are just gorgeous. I have a mixture of purple, yellow, white, right here next to my milkweed and sunflowers. And they are just gorgeous. And finally, I think one of the most important reasons that we should take care of our earth, take care of our animals, grow things, and share with others is because that's what we are supposed to do. Genesis 1:11 is when God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth," and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Now let's remember, after everything that God does, it's good because God is holy. Everything God does is good, right? And then if we go on to Genesis 1:24, then God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle, creeping things, the beasts of the earth, each according to its kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. It was good too. So we have plants. We also have our water mammals and animals, and we have our earth animals before man even came. All of these things came first. Then man was created. In 1:28, God blessed man and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it, have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on earth. See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all of the earth, every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food, and to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So God has given us that, all of these things that we are supposed to be taking care of. We are supposed to be using as food. We are supposed to be multiplying. We are supposed to be sharing with others, not destroying it. So that's another reason I think it's just innate in me to do this, is because that's who I am. It's who I was made to be. And I bet if you look deep, deep inside, you're going to see you were meant for this too. Right there, it doesn't feel like a corn kernel, but it is black. And I'm going to wrap it for a little bit, so I'm going to put a pad right here on that sore. And I've cut some strips of the bandaging tape. And I'm going to start in the middle. There we go. And just go around her toes here. And then around her wrist just a bit. And then I'm going to take the tape and tape it in place. So is it hard, back-breaking work? Yes, it is. Is it long hours and long days? Yes. It definitely is. Is it worth it? In my opinion, it's worth every minute of it. I'm teaching things, I'm sharing things, I'm doing what God put me on earth to do. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you dig deep too. I don't know if it's because my dad just passed away. I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. If it's because it's a slower time in the season now, but I'm really thinking about a lot of things and how they fit, and if they should be here in my life right now at this season of my life, or, you know, if they should not. And this is definitely one that needs to stay. And it's a wonderful time of reflection that has come in this age of 64. Hope you guys have a great week. Leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. I love to interact with you. If you don't mind, please leave a thumbs up if you like this video. But most importantly, if you could share it, that would be great, because that would put this video in the algorithm of things, and it would really help my channel out. So thanks so much, you guys, and I will see you next week.